Today we will learn about adoption. Adoption written by Tanim Hassan, lecturer, Department of Law, World University of Bangladesh. Adoption is a legal procedure in which a child is placed with a married couple or a single woman who agrees to raise and care for the child. Adoption is a legal way for people who are not related by blood to establish a parent-child relationship. This two-way method has aided in the conception of a child for childless couple. Adoption is the formal process of putting an infant with a parents or parents other than the biological parents for the rest of their lives. The parental duties and rights of the parents are several when a child is adopted, and those responsibilities and rights are transferred to the adopted parents. It is a globally recognized institution. Adoption is stated in almost all religions and mythologies in some ways. In today's world, the idea of adoption has evolved from providing a child to the orphan to providing a home to the homeless. Only members of Hindu community had access to adoption as a legal term. Also, where personal law permits such adoption for any parts of the polity, there is an exception. A large portion of the population could only serve as children's legal guardians. There have been many progressive improvements as a result of the new concept adoption, such as female Hindu adoption, adoption eligibility for girls, and so on. Because of our country multicultural, multilingual, and multi-religious sentiments, recognizing all complexities and uniformly implementing an effective adoption policy has been a difficult job. According to old law, a man could adopt a boy without the consent of his wife, but a woman could not adopt during lifetime of her husband or after his death except under authority given to her by the husband or with the consent of his subordinates. The adopted son should be of the same caste. An illegitimate boy or consensually deaf and dumb boy could not be adopted. Only parents could give a boy in adoption. A daughter could not be adopted. There was no age restriction between the adopted and adoptee. Requisites of a valid adoption. The person taking in adoption must have capacity to do so and shall also have a right to take in adoption. The person giving the adoption must have the capacity and right to do so. The person adopted is capable of being taken in adoption. The adoption is made in compliance with the conditions in Chapter 2 of the Act. Effect of adoption. An adopted child is deemed to be the natural born child of his or her adopted father's adopted mother. All the ties of the adopted child with the original family stand extinguished from the date of adoption. This rule is subject to the following exception. The child cannot marry any person whom she could not have married prior to the adoption. The property vested in the child prior to the adoption shall continue to vest subject to the obligation. The adopted child shall not divest any person in the adoptive family or of any estate which is vested in him her before the adoption. The adoption of child does not affect the right and the members of the adopted family. Thank you all for watching this.